Hello friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to my channel. Today we have 3 stories out of the Entitled Parents subreddit. Let's begin. Our first story is posted by Melody27155, called Grand Theft Karen. Too long, didn't read at the bottom. Some background info. Where I live, you have to drive with a learner's permit for a year before you can try and get your license. On to the story. I was at the DMV with my mom to get my driver's license, and anyone who's been to the DMV will know that they rush for nobody. I got there 30 minutes before it opened, and there was already a long line outside waiting for it to open. After a minute of waiting, our EM makes her appearance. Cast. Me. M. My mom. K. Entitled mother. And PK. Poor kid. When Karen and her kid walked up, I didn't think too much of it until Karen decided to make some small talk. Karen. Hello, what are you here for? Me. Oh, I'm just here taking my driving test to get my license. Karen. Oh, that's fun. This is PK. She's here to get her learner's permit. Me. Oh, cool. I got mine last year. It isn't that hard. Karen. Awesome. Turns to PK. Did you hear that? You should pass the test easily. PK rolls eyes. I can hear her. Karen proceeds to make small talk about whatever the heck she can think about until it gets awkward. I try to ignore her and psych myself up for the test. Then a guy came out of the DMV saying all the driving test kids need insurance papers, which my mom had left in the car. So she leaves to grab the papers while I hold our place in line. As soon as she's out of sight, Karen decides to pounce. I had my learner's permit in my hand, and she must have seen it. Karen. Is that your permit? Me. Uncomfortably. Yes, it is. Karen. Can PK see it? Me. Sure. I hold it out to where PK can see it. Then Karen decides to grab the permit out of my hand. Me. Hey, I need that. Karen. Why? You're getting your license, so you don't need that silly permit anymore. Me. But it's my permit. Note, I forgot to mention that PK and I have the same first name. This is important. Karen. But you don't need it. Me. Yes, I do. Plus, it's in my name. Karen. No, it clearly has PK's name on it. We've been in this line for 20 minutes and PK deserves it. Me. So have I. This is when PK chimes in. PK. Mom, give her the permit back. She just happens to have the same first name as me. Karen. But you don't want to see a real permit? PK. I'm not 5. I know what a real permit looks like. Karen. Well, you're sure acting like you're 5. At this point, my mom gets back. Mom. What's going on, OP? Me. This woman grabbed my permit out of my hands. My mom, to EM. Give my daughter her permit back or I'm getting one of the DMV people. This shut her up. She begrudgingly handed back my permit. At this point, the DMV opened, so we went inside. I proceeded with the process of getting my license. After we moved to sit down, we heard a screech from the desk. Karen. What do you mean she can't take the test? DMV. I'm sorry, but you need to have completed 30 hours of classroom instruction and 6 hours of behind-the-wheel training to get your permit. Karen. 30 hours? That's outrageous! Karen then grabbed PK and stormed out of there. I was all too glad to see her leave. Too long, didn't read. Karen tries to steal my learner's permit, gets refused her own by the DMV for not meeting requirements. Edit. Changed EK to PK because people didn't read the EK stood for embarrassed kid, which is understandable. In our next story, by Primal Dialga 420, EM tries to steal from family, gets arrested. Sorry for formatting and spelling, I'm on mobile. Too long, didn't read at the end. Okay, a little backstory. I'm a cop who works with my dad, a detective, in case he needs help or a situation like this one. Cast. EM, entitled mother. WG, worried grandmother. EK, entitled kid. Dad, the most amazing person ever. Me, a bored cop, sick of dumb calls. I did it. I found one. Okay, here we go. I'm at the station and I get called in for a burglary in progress, so I hop on and go to the location. I go to the door and knock, calling police. Worried grandma opened the door and let me in. She explained that her daughter, EM, had barged in and began to go through her purse. So I radio for my dad. He comes and begins questioning. As I'm waiting, a silver car with an angry EM and whiny EK comes stomping out of the car. The EM asks why a fake cop is standing outside of her mother's house. I explain that I'm a real cop and ask for her name. She explodes, "How dare you! Women can't be cops! You don't need to know my name!" As my dad walks out, she sees his badge and exclaims, "Officer, arrest her! She's a fake cop!" My dad laughs and explains that I am his daughter and I am a cop. Her face turns lava red. Then, in good old EM fashion, she takes a swing, if you can call it that. I cuff her and ask WG if she can watch EK. She agreed, and I asked if she knew who this was. WG explains that she is her daughter and the thief. She gets arrested and ends up with 8 years in jail. Too long didn't read. EM tries to steal, fights back, and gets arrested. And the final story of the day is by New York Sour Diesel. The story is called "Watch My Kid While I'm Chilling, You Ungrateful Witch." Hey everyone, longtime lurker, blah blah, English is not my native, blah blah. Let's move on to the story. Cast: Angie, my poor friend. AF, Angie's fiance. EM, typical Karen, friend of Angie's. EF, Karen's husband. EK, entitled kid. Background: here in Europe, countries that belong to the EU often belong to the Schengen area as well, which means that they abolish border control, and when traveling with an airplane, no passport is needed, only a home country ID. So my friend Angie wanted to go on holiday with her fiance to Turkey, which does not belong to the EU. However, their friends, EM and EF, convinced them to go to Greece instead, because the entitled family has no passports, so they can only go to Schengen countries, since they don't speak any foreign languages. They have asked Angie to change her plans and join them so that they can feel safer in a foreign country. Lol, that would have been the first red flag for me. But anyway, a few days before the departure, the following conversation happened. EM: Hey Angie, listen, we read that the hotel offers kids under the age of 3 could stay free of charge, so we decided to bring EK with us. Why shouldn't he enjoy the holiday with us, if it's for free anyway? And also, I'd feel bad leaving him with the grandmother while we enjoy our holiday chilling and sightseeing, and he's all bored back at home. We're gonna share the babysitting duties and take turns to go for dinner. Angie: Okay, sure. Take EK with you, if that's what you want, but please don't make me babysit him. You know very well that these 8 days are my only holidays this year, and I want to spend them without any duties. It's your kid and solely your responsibility, and I want to be clear before we leave. EM: Geez, you're so weird. I'm just gonna leave you a sleeping kid, and all you have to do is stay in the room with him every other day. EF also thinks this is the most fair solution. Angie: That is your opinion, and I think it has absolutely nothing to do with being fair. Was this your plan from the beginning? Were you purposely waiting until the last minute to tell me? EM: If I told you that we were taking EK with us, you probably would not have wanted to come with us anymore. We also wanted to rest, but if we go alone, who's gonna watch EK? For once, you could stop being so selfish and start thinking about other people. Angie: So you think it's better to trick me and force me to babysit your kid? Are you and EF feeling okay? This is absolutely not an option, neither for me nor my fiance. You bring your kid, so it's you who takes care of it. End of story. EM: Wow, the older you get, the meaner you become. Are you doing this just out of principle that you always need to have the last word? Angie: Yes, I am mean, and I don't care for others at all. I agreed to join you on your holiday and give up a trip to Turkey. I made a compromise on a cheaper hotel that you wanted during your stay. I will have to translate everything for you, which is all fine, but I will not babysit your kid. Nope, nope, nope. And there is no way you're changing my mind. EM: You're just going in circles. So, as you might have already guessed, Angie called off the holiday and stopped seeing EM. Don't know if the entitled family ever ended up going by themselves or not. Too long didn't read. Karen thinks it's fair to hijack her friend's holiday to make her babysit her kid while she's chilling. Please show the original poster some love and visit their stories on Reddit. The links will be in the description. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel.